And look, Allie, you can put your legs up here.
Back in 2019, we spent the year building out our schoolie. After the build was done, we sold our house and traveled for a full year. Following that year of travel, we started to crave building again and getting something 4x4.
See what Lance has going on.
Nothing. Oh, just putting down a little bit of flooring.
Yeah, toilet's gonna go here and we need to put slides, so I need a support back here. So instead of making a whole metal structure, I'm just making it out of wood. So we have this piece in, it's pocket hold to the floor, and then I welded 2 tabs on the back that are holding this, so that's nice and sturdy. The slides will mount to here, then go back, and then I'm gonna make a piece that goes all the way back here, and that's that. And then this toilet will sit in there.
And it's gonna be that tall too.
You have to really ride it when you poop.
That's what you would call a tight fit.
I think that would look nice, but I do have to move these handles to the other side, flip everything around.
It's cool because there's no components to this toilet, so it just...
One, these fans.
Oh.
The fans are constantly blowing to vent the toilet out. One of the sucky things is there's not an internal tray for the number 2 section, so when you go to dump the number 2, you have to take the entire toilet out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So there's like little screws where you mount and you pull the whole toilet out. This comes off and you just have to go dump the whole thing.
I find that kind of weird.
Yeah, it sucks, huh?
Here's the platform for the toilet. Richard's on the job site tonight. And here is what the toilet's looking like in here.
Pretty dark, but you can see these hinges down here.
Oh, baby. Oh, babies.
There's no light in there.
2 bolts coming out of your roof. Yeah, 2 more over there.
That's
Okay, go lay down.
So this is what we just made. It's supported on the bottom. You can see there's like 2 different sizes, and I'll show you why. So it slips right in here, like that. And then these are longer because the flooring's like a whole 1/4 inch higher. So what we'll do is mount these up. That way, when our drawer slides are all the way out and it's mounted, and you go to sit on it and you sit down, these have flex to them. So they'll just flex and touch the floor rather than putting all the weight on the hinges. We have weight on the actual floor. So now we just gotta mount it up, really.
Did somebody say mount?
That's how it'll work. It'll sit. Well, that's a decent height for me. And look, Allie, you can put your legs up here. Like that. This is the nature's head. We're running into an issue where as our space goes, as small as I could get it, we can't get this underneath our facing as is. However, if you take the lid off, this clears it. But one thing I noticed is this lid is deep here. So if we measure this actual like toilet seat rim, we're at like 15/16. And the depth in here, we're at about 1.5 inches. The plan is just to trim this down on the table saw, then remount it here. You're eating both, or is one for me?
TikTok people say, you don't know anything.
I don't.
The AC unit's gonna break. I do HVAC for a living, and that's not gonna work.
3/8 of an inch off. We're gonna go fit it up and see if it fits. Zoop. It's so tight. It might barely touch. Wow, that's impressive. That'll give us exactly what we need. So we'll take this off, set that aside. I need to flip this handle around. This goes on this side. On the inside there's this, so I need to take that out, flip it around. I think I'm gonna need to re-weld that handle on. In the kit comes with a couple things. We have a urine cap. We have some thumb screws. They look like wood screws. Some wiring. This I believe is to vent out. So this handle is to like mix up your poop, to get technical with it. Now, unfortunately, I might end up needing to flip this around so it comes out that way. One of the issues is I need to turn this handle around. Option here is probably to cut this off and re-weld it on the other side, because this is designed to be on one side. Check out this. We slide this out, and again we're gonna have this floor here, the big old screw. This is how you take the toilet out once it's actually installed, is you would just take it out like that. Okay, so we got the toilet in place, and I just cut off this handle here. It was sitting something like this. Because we're gonna have the cabinet front here, we can't have this handle here. I need to put it on the other side, and this whole mechanism is built where it has to be in this direction. So rather than being able to just unbolt it and flip it around, I actually have to weld the handle on over here. So basically, I'm gonna protect this side to my best ability. I've hooked up the hose. I had to cut this little guy off. That side's for a vent as well. So see how this has a vent? This one has a fan on it where the other one doesn't. So that's an inlet, and this is an exhaust. And that actually will go out to the outside of the van with the one-way valve to vent all the smoke. I'm gonna go ahead and actually probably trim down this handle a little bit. This handle opens and closes the poop door. I guess that's the best way to put it. I'm taking tape, and I'll tape off all of everything around to try to protect it to better than no tape, I suppose. It's not gonna, I mean, tape is obviously not heat resistant or anything like that, but what it does is keeps little spatters off. I wish I had a TIG welder, then I could just TIG weld this and not have to worry about any heat, or like any weld spatters rather. We will just protect it with tape, and for the best, really. So one small tack, sure it looks good. I think that's pretty good, happy with that. When you're welding something small, it goes fast. All right. Sit on this puppy. Heck yeah. That's done until we do the facing. So Hank and Allie looking at the toilet.
It looks like it can take some nice poops in it. It's perfect. It's sturdy.
Do you see, do you see how tight it is at the top? Open it up. Look at how, no, not like that. Like pull it out towards you, silly. Look at how close it gets to the top.
Babe, it's insane. So did you trim this? Is that
yeah,
you...
I cut it down a bit.
Wow.
Right, Hank?
And so we were putting a doggy gate in at some point, and it's gonna kind of flip open from this back seat. And Lance just had the best idea. This is to keep the dogs in. Our dogs are not the best with other dogs and animals. So it's really just to kind of block their view of other dogs and animals, but we can still have the door open. We're gonna make a little slit to where we can open just like a window on the door for Hank to stick his head out. Or just to see.
This is his spot.
Yeah.
See how he likes to sit with his butt up like that?
This is his spot in the van.
He likes door spots. So, and we're planning on putting it right here behind the passenger seat, so it'll close like this. So that way we can have this door open without the dogs being on leash or coming out and in. And
we'll make a little Hank window.
Hank window.
Have you seen those plastic like bubbles for the cats?
Oh, yeah.
Like in apartments, it's like a window that the cat can sit in the plastic
little bubble window. Yeah. Getting that toilet done has given me and Allie so much confidence in the van build. This has been such like a long, ongoing process that it just seems like one of those things we're never gonna get done. That was helpful for us. For now, I'm gonna go back to my hand plane here. This is our walnut countertop. Remember we glued up that big long piece. This side over, I planed it all down. and now I need to do it here. Unfortunately, this wood was bowed in quite a few ones, so like this piece here probably sits a 1/16 of an inch down, then it sits a 1/16 here. So I don't have like a electric hand planer, and this does pretty good. It works pretty fast. I'll just go here and kind of just run the plane down and do like a bajillion passes and get it down to a nice flat tabletop. Pretty much just.
Last night, Lance and my stepdad Richard, everybody say thank you Richard, completed a pretty major part in the van last night. And it looks completely different afterwards. You might not think so, but after we've been staring at the van for the last 5 months, it looks completely different.
Come in. So, I didn't film any of this because it was such like a late night get it done thing. But here's the countertop. This will get inset in the counter. It's like a bar mat. We plan on insetting that here. But this is how it's gonna go. We have our faucet here. The sink's kind of cool. It's like a dual purpose. It has a cup washer here, plus a very deep sink for its size.
Very deep. How deep would you say that is?
I think it's 14 inches.
Which deep sinks are very important.
10 inches.
Are we making a cutout for the inside of it?
I was thinking about it, yeah. Take the piece that was here and cut it here, so that way we have like a cutting board on the inside almost.
And then when we drive, that would keep this from moving. Like, make sure that's flush with this, because that's like what I'm worried about. Because this is cool. Like, so say I wash a few things,
Drying rack
we can
too.
set it that way. We're so excited for this.
Well, what's kind of cool is you could set stuff here to dry and stuff here
Yeah.
to dry. We'll have lighting here so it lights this area. And then right here, we're actually gonna have like a tap, but it'll just be our fresh water tap. We bought a little spigot that could come out like the old boring style, but we decided what would be cool is to just get a beer tap and hook it up to our fresh water, and then we can have cool little custom taps on them.
We would love to have an actual beer tap, but we would have to have like a kegerator, and that's
Yeah.
a fridge. So that takes power and space that we just
Maybe
don't
if
have.
this wasn't our full-time, like if we didn't full-time live out of this,
100%.
we'd probably put a cake in it. This is always such a nerve-wracking part. Routing it to put the chamfer on the side here, you know, if you kind of like dig in like that, you screw it up really good, so.
This is going to be the piece that drops into the sink, so it's actually like a full countertop when we want it.
Yep. Or just a cutting board, I guess. Walnut smells so good.
It smells like wood chop.
Oh, so good.
Is it pretty nerve-wracking to cut that?
It was pretty nerve-wracking cutting the countertop too. Just briefly knock those corners down. Let's test fit it. We'll get it fitting right first.
Oh.
Look at how like the grain lines up.
Oh, that's so perfect.
That's so cool.
Oh, shut the front freaking door. That looks so clean. Yeah.
So we'll have to have a way to pull it out, either like a finger hole or slots in it so you get your hand underneath. And then I think what I'll do is probably chamfer the corners just like this around it. Just to give it like a nice like falling effect.
And then
That I left it with space. You can see how it has space here.
Yeah.
Because I figure we'll put like a felt strip or Velcro around the corners. So I was able to take the old high pressure oil pump line for our air compressor. So now we're testing it out.
it rumbles everything.
That is so loud.
Lance has had this on 2 vehicles, and this is
Because it hasn't worked on either.
yeah.